What's going on, everybody? Favorite vlogger. I'm here in school. I'm in class, actually. Nobody's here because they all went to go eat lunch. And unfortunately, I forgot to pack a lunch. So I'm I'm going on gas. So whatever. For those of you that are on Facebook or on the fan page, I posed a question today because I heard it this morning on the radio. And I felt maybe we should discuss about it. But it won't be long. It'll be very short, I promise. Do you give 5-year-olds smartphones? Generally, right now, I just checked. There's only as I look at my tablet, there's only really 3 people that have answered. 2 of them answered no. One of them posted some craziness. So I don't know. I guess that's a no. But I want to talk about that because apparently, as the years goes on, I mean, when I was growing up, there was no smartphone. The closest thing you had to a smartphone was like the what do you call that? The Motorola flip phones, and that wasn't even smart. That was it was just a phone. There was what? There was pagers, and I think that was it. I think the closest thing to a smartphone was probably BlackBerry. I could be wrong. This was during like the 90s and the 80s, so I don't think stupid fly. I don't think there was any. I don't think there was any smartphones, so I don't think there was any BlackBerry. I don't think BlackBerry was even thought of at that point in time. So it was just, your normal, regular, everyday phone. It was you either had a flip or you either had a slide. I think the most popular phone at that point in time was what, Razor? That was basically it. There was no iPhone. There was no Samsung Edge, and there was no, pad and tablets and stuff like that. That stuff didn't exist. So my question is, because I heard on the radio this kid asked his mom for a phone. The new iPhone 6 is out, and I think the price of that was like $600, $700. I can't remember, can't recall. So my question is, because basically my daughter plays with me and my wife's phone. She doesn't necessarily beg for my phone as much, but she begs for my wife's phone. Now, of course, the reason why the kids nowadays want to play with the phones that we have now in our generation is because, you got all the games and you got all the stuff in the apps you can download. And that's fine. But back then, of course, back then when I was a kid, the closest thing to a fucking app was snakes. And that was it. You had that one little line at eating that apple, and that was it. Or dot, or whatever. That's the closest thing there was to a fucking game. There was no, what do you call that? There was no Ninja Slice and fruit and apples and all that shit. None of that shit existed. So I could partially understand why the kids want to play with our phone, but I'd be damned. Because when you get your phone back, the kids have played with it so much, you've drained out the battery. And then when the adults actually need it, to make a phone call or to, whatever, check mail or stuff like that, everyday, really important stuff, you can't use it because your kid has ran up the battery on it. So it's just like, why do you want to use my phone? And especially nowadays, kids, when you get the phone, well, it's all gunked up. They done drooled all over it, sticky hands, because, nowadays kids, their hands are just constantly sticky with whatever. This bug is annoying me, excuse me. So if I'm doing all this, it's not because I'm ninja and it's a fly. We'll kill it eventually. But, yeah, I don't think these kids should be getting $600, $700, $800, $900,000 iPhones and pads and shit like that. You guys are getting way spoiled. I'm sorry. Because in my days, it was a pager. You got a number. I mean, you had to run to a phone and call whoever that was that paged you. If you had an actual phone, you were lucky enough to actually get a call. But, I mean, you didn't have, what do you call it? You didn't have Candy Crush. And you didn't have all this other fun stuff where you can morph your voices and stuff like that. So, I think, my opinion, my answer, no. 5-year-old, you ain't getting an iPhone, whatever. It could be, you might as well wait till iPhone Infinity comes out. That's what you'll be getting. And you'll be 20. You'll be old enough to take care of it yourself. You're not doing it with me. So, that's my personal opinion on it. I would like to hear yours because I would like to hear what you guys got to think about it. I mean, granted, like I said, I partially understand the reason why these kids want it, because they're cool and everything, and parents got it and wow. But I just think there's a little more responsibility when it comes to it. Maybe when you're like 15, 16, and I know some of you guys will be like, well, my kid's friends, a good 30, 40% of them already have these phones. I'm just thinking in the long run, what's going to happen? You take the phone to school and it's a distraction. You're cheating. You're uploading new pics or whatever. I don't think so. That's just my general answer, general opinion. I'd like to hear yours. So get on them comments right now. The best comment, put it up on the next video. It's coming up very shortly. What do you feel? How do you feel if a 5-year-old gets a iPhone or iPhone 6? It doesn't matter. iPhone 4.